Hey, this is Alex at panicattackfree.org. This is a video about panic disorder symptoms. The last video was about panic attack symptoms. This is going to be a two-part video, but the next installment is going to be about agoraphobia symptoms, and this is part of the video series Stop Panic Attacks. And this is kind of the education portion of that. So let's get started. What is panic disorder? Well, the Bible that the psychiatrists use to diagnose panic disorder says that it must meet the following criteria in order to qualify as panic disorder. 1, you must have recurrent and unexpected panic attacks. 2, for a month or more, you must have one or more of the following symptoms. You must have concern for a month or more about having another panic attack, or you must have a dread or a concern about the result or consequence of a panic attack, such as going crazy, losing control, having a heart attack, or you must have significant behavior change as a result of trying to avoid a panic attack. So phobic avoidance, avoiding safe places, things like that. Also, to qualify as a panic attack, you have to rule out drugs and illicit drugs that can give you panic attack symptoms, such as marijuana. You have to rule out medical conditions such as hyperthyroidism. You have to also rule out other mental disorders or mental diseases such as obsessive compulsive disorder. The inability to complete a routine in obsessive compulsive disorder can cause you significant anxiety, can cause you to panic. Specific phobias, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and separation anxiety. So that's the DSM-4 about what a panic attack is. Usually panic disorder is. Usually panic disorder also has with it limited symptom panic attacks. Those are panic attacks that don't have all of the symptoms there of a full-blown panic attack. So what does all this mean? This means that people who are suffering from panic disorder are suffering while they are not actually having a panic attack. They are living in constant apprehension and constant dread of having a panic attack while they're going around hour by hour, moment by moment, day by day in their ordinary life. And that's significant. That's the real problem, because it is not uncommon at all for people to have 1 or 2 panic attacks and never go on to develop panic disorder. They live their life normally. People who go on to develop panic disorder live in constant apprehension and dread. Their life is not as enjoyable as it was. It can create self-esteem issues. They're usually secretive about the avoidance behaviors that they have. They usually have kind of talismans that they always carry along with them. They might keep Valium with them. They might have to always bring a friend. So it really alters your lifestyle and makes it so you're not as enjoyable as it once was. And a good analogy of this is if you're in a grocery store and you smell something that smells like the monster that used to live under your bed when you were a kid, and you're thinking, I gotta get out of here right now. And so you run out of the grocery store, you get in your car, and you're driving away as fast as you can, and you're thinking, wait a minute, that was years ago. I don't even live in the same state where my parents' house is, and maybe this monster's been following me, maybe it's been stalking me all this time. It just found me out of the blue behind the Frosted Flakes. Like, maybe I'm not safe anywhere. And I need to stop going to grocery stores, because if it just showed up on this random day, it could show up anywhere. It could be in my trunk right now. Maybe it has the ability to teleport. Oh my gosh, I'm safe in my home. I know I'm safe there, but I'm not safe anywhere else. Or maybe I'm safe in my neighborhood, or maybe I'm safe with a friend, because the monster, only came out from under the bed when I was alone. Or maybe I'm safe only in the daylight. So you begin to live in constant fear and apprehension. I would want to maybe get eaten by the monster than live in constant fear and apprehension. At the very least, I'd want to call a university and ask for a professor who specializes in these monsters and find out, are they dangerous? Is there anything to fear? Can they teleport? What are their habits? Do they usually stalk people? Etc., etc. The panic disorder has been described as a natural catastrophe, the aftermath of a natural catastrophe. So if a panic attack is the volcano, there's a sudden eruption, it's very violent. The aftermath of that volcano can last decades, years and decades. And they can involve things like not building your house in the same place, or practicing a lot of rituals to appease the volcano gods. Because that last volcano just came out of nowhere, and who knows when it's going to come up again, and telling scary stories to your kids about these volcanoes. That's a poor analogy in a sense, because a volcano can truly be harmful. A panic attack can never harm you, and we will talk about that more, like I said. So that's what a panic disorder is. It's living in constant dread and apprehension of having another panic attack, of the consequences of a panic attack, altering your life as a result of being afraid of having a panic attack. It's phobic avoidance. It's anticipatory anxiety. It has nothing to do really with the actual symptoms of a panic attack. It's the fear of those symptoms. But panic disorder symptoms are very different from panic attack symptoms. So I hope that's helpful. Go to my website. You can find out more information, panicattackfree.org. The next video is going to be about the 5 effects of panic disorder. Okay, thanks a lot.